there it is.
Found them in Target.
Here we are.
They had a whole bunch of them.
It's because nobody's going to Target.
I tell you what, though, a lot of the other stuff there was like empty, like shelf. I'm not talking about like everyday supplies. It's almost like they've completely stopped stocking things.
Oh wow! But
Yeah.
Star Wars was stocked.
There was like 8 of those on the shelf.
That's amazing.
Right. I was like, woohoo! I need this. I don't have this.
This is totally Outlander music.
See, this goes better with my margarita.
You
Liven
went
up the party.
Oh, okay, yeah. Wonder how long until the YouTube bot kicks us off for jamming too hard.
Right.
Right now.
Oh yeah. Well, we got to figure out why we keep getting kicked off YouTube, but it's late night, so hopefully the bots are asleep. Welcome everybody to late night at the Outlander Club. Let's see
Get
here.
your drink on.
There we are. Cool. We're jamming out a little bit. Oh, wait!
Oh, you got your talking one. Ooh. Damn it. Mine's coming. He's on his way.
I actually prefer that one. I like that one.
The talking
that
one or the
one's
soft
cute.
one? The other one.
That one's nice looking.
Yeah.
This one or that one?
I like the one in your hand.
Nate
So
said-
what's up, everybody?
Hey, good evening.
Yeah.
Little informal start there.
Yeah, that's
Very.
okay. That's okay. Should I start? Should I start the show like normal? Hey, what's happening, boys and girls of the internet world? Welcome to the live chat of the Star Wars Friends Show. My name is Christopher Marinin, and joining me today are my wonderful Star Wars. Or tonight, joining me tonight are my wonderful Star Wars friends.
This is Josh. I got my Carillion spiced ale.
Oh yeah, baby!
My drink is not as exciting. It's a normal margarita. This
You
is
gotta come up
Justin.
with a cool name, dude.
I know. I don't know what this
I got it.
Star
Like
Wars term for margarita is.
Scarif Screamer. You got a
Oh, there
Scarif
you go.
Screamer,
There you
dude.
go.
Get it? It's
Yeah.
double entendre. It's beach. You know.
And I've got ginger peach.
Ooh. Hey, I don't have the weirdest drink on the show tonight. So cheers, everybody.
Hog water you got
Unusual.
tonight.
Cheers.
This is orange vanilla, sparkling water. So hey,
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
going hard. So everybody,
I saw
What's up,
someone on
Josh?
Twitter. I saw someone on Twitter say that sparkling water is, well, they said LaCroix, but I'm just categorizing them all the same. It's like hearing someone say a flavor from the next room.
well, how potent do you want it? How potent do you want it? I mean, the Meiluron has to be subtle because if it's too strong, it'll knock you on your feet. It'll make your cheeks all dried out. So I love
General Sadula tell you that?
yeah, totally. So I got exciting news for anybody that plays Galaxy of Heroes. So
Yeah.
I'm actually about to get Jedi Knight Revan tonight. I got to pull the trigger. I literally got my so basically, if you don't play Galaxy Heroes, you have to farm, and it takes a long time. And they have these things called journeys. And to get Revan is like crazy hard. You have to power up all these different characters. So I finally got Mission Val from Knights of the Old Republic powered up. I get Jedi Knight Revan tonight after tonight's live chat. I'm gonna be so happy. I've been trying to farm that character for so long. Justin, how are you doing in Galaxy Heroes?
I'm at like 300 and some K now. I'm moving.
That's good.
I'm at 307.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just got Grievous. happy.
Oh, yeah.
I like
Awesome.
Grievous.
Grievous is a good character. Now you got to put together your separatist team. So
Yeah.
Josh and Meg, neither of you play Galaxy Heroes, correct?
So is it
No, I
the
do.
same? Is it the same one called just like Heroes on like the app screen?
Probably.
Okay, I
Probably.
used to play that like 3 years ago.
Okay. Well, so Josh, since you play it, this question's for Maggie. Since Justin said he just got Grievous, who would you put together for your separatist team to back up Grievous? And this is like a little hot tip for Justin. Let's see. Who should he farm to build up his separatist team?
Oh gosh. Do I have options? Because I don't remember who all I
all
had.
the separatists. Literally all of them. Name them.
That's a loaded question. Who's a
Bring
separatist?
it back.
That's
I
an
know.
old question.
Oh, yeah, it's an old name 10.
All right, so I've got Newt Gunray.
Yeah, okay, so
Okay, yeah.
I got Newt Gunray because he whoops my butt from anybody that I go against in the battles. Like he kicks my butt like all the time. So I have Newt Gunray. I'm building him up. I need some battle droids though.
yes, battle droids are
I
awesome.
need
Yeah, I
some
was gonna say battle
droidicas
droids.
and and then I don't have Dooku yet.
You need Dooku.
I need Dooku, and I have Maul.
Yeah, but Maul's
I
not
don't
a
know that he's
separatist.
not a separatist though.
You can get Asajj, but Asajj is more powerful in the Night Sister clan than she is as a separatist, but she still functions just fine in separatist. So my recommendation would be having Newt Gunray actually as your leader, Grievous as your attacker, Dooku as an attacker, then a battle droid and the B2 battle droid, or droideca, because that team would be sick. So that's an unstoppable separatist team. So Maggie, who would be your top? Who would be your top 5 Star Wars team to go into battle? Who would you take into battle? Any 5 characters of the Star Wars universe?
Darth Vader, Anakin.
Well, who? I mean, is it Darth Vader or Anakin?
Okay, I'd probably do.
They are very
Vader.
different.
Darth Vader.
Okay, Darth Vader, the weaker Force user, but that's okay.
Weaker, but dark side.
Okay.
So fights dirty.
Yeah, sure.
I would take Poe Dameron on a blaster.
Okay.
He's a decent shot.
So you got Vader and Poe.
Luke Skywalker.
Oh, okay. What era, Luke Skywalker?
Ooh, Return of the Jedi.
Okay. Yeah, he's definitely powerful then.
Yeah. And then, oh gosh. Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan, you got one more?
Oh god. Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
He fights chaotically.
That would be a wild team. That would be a wild team. Everyone in the chat, go ahead and sound off on who your top 5 Star Wars team would be. You have 5. Okay, so here's the deal. You have 5 characters to put together for your ultimate crew to go to battle. Any 5 Star Wars characters from any era. Josh, who would yours be?
Clone Wars Boba Fett.
Clone Wars Boba Fett, young Boba Fett.
Boba Fett from Return of the Jedi, Boba Fett from Empire Strikes Back.
Oh my
Boba Fett from the comics, and Boba Fett after he survives the Sarlacc in season 2 of The Mandalorian.
So you're doing all this without Kyle on tonight.
I know. I'm doing it in his honor because I miss him. And you know what? You know what's really funny is I don't actually play this game. I was just saying that I do, so you'd ask me because I was going to say, "Oh yeah, I'm getting Ponda Baba tonight," so I'm pretty excited about that.
My god! I'm surprised Ponda Baba isn't a playable character. They got some wacky ones on this game. Justin, who's your top 5?
If I'm looking anywhere in the Star Wars universe, I'm going to start with Masamita as number 1, and then I'm going to go Lor Santeca.
Wow.
No, I'm just
you're going mystics. I was going to say you're just total mystical.
I like Ponkrell. I would take Ponkrell.
Okay.
I'd probably take Grievous because that's a good defensive front with 4 lightsabers swinging around there. Maybe a young like Anakin Skywalker versus Vader, just because he's faster and
agreed,
moves quicker. I'm talking like Anakin end of Clone Wars Anakin, like when he's like real aggressive and maybe Leia as a leader.
Okay.
And she's pretty good with a blaster. I'd take Leia as a leader, and then
Leia has survivability too. She outlasts everybody for sure.
I need a healer. So I'd take a Rey. Rey's a healer. Rey is now a healer. She is a healer. And she's aggressive. She's got she's a good attacker. She's like a all around kind of Jedi. So I think I'd probably throw Rey in there.
Yeah,
I got some defense, some attack, some good leadership. Yeah, that's a solid team, man.
I like that.
Knights of Glen said Quinlan Voss first.
Quinlan. Shock. Hey, I'm glad Glenn can join us. He hasn't been able to join the last few live chats, so welcome, Glenn. Welcome everybody tonight. So we are mixing it up. So for those that may be used to our Breakfast with Bendu format, we just decided to mix it up a little bit and go nighttime on you. So this is it's been a while since we've done a nighttime chat, And I don't have any jokes tonight. Unless you really want me to tell some jokes. I can tell some jokes tonight.
The shirt he's wearing is a joke, folks.
Hey!
Hey. No, I'm just kidding. That's the Lando shirt from Celebration.
Yeah, who got this for me? Who got me this? Was it you, Josh, or Justin? One of you got this for me because I got the wrong size, and one of you had exchanged it for me, and I forget who.
Wasn't me.
Well, I think I may have gotten you the first shirt, but when you got it, it was too small. So you had to go back and exchange it, and they let you exchange it because they still had them. But I think I picked it up for you from the store when we went in. Because Kyle, Vic, and I were sitting in line like the second or third day.
Yeah.
And we got in there. We had a good spot in line. We got in pretty quick, and I think you were looking for that shirt, and I was like, "Oh, they still got it." I love
this shirt. I wanted to dress up late night, classy Star Wars chat tonight. So I wanted to, wear some fine Lando clothes. So
Tyler throws in Watto 0.
Oh no, 0? No, man, no 0.
Wow.
No strong 0. Strong team.
Strong in all the wrong ways.
Deceptively strong.
Strong in all the worst type of voices.
No, I like Neil's group. He's got General Grievous, Cad Bane, Obi-Wan.
Yeah. That's a good group.
Oh, and Dirge. Oh, Dirge. Okay.
Ooh.
Listen, so I actually saw a really good tweet a couple weeks ago about a Gendy Tartakovsky fan who was pissed that they didn't put Dirge in the Clone Wars animated series. If you guys know what I'm talking about, Dirge is this really incredible character that Gendy put into his Clone Wars series. I am surprised. Justin, I know you're familiar with Dirge. Josh, Maggie, are you familiar with Dirge at all?
Yeah.
Yep. Are you shocked that they didn't put that character in anything yet?
Yet is the key word.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm waiting on Disney to throw characters into stuff that we weren't expecting, like rework them in somewhere. There's a lot of characters in the Star Wars universe like that. So
we've had multiple call outs for Ponda Baba so far. Okay. This is abnormal. And I just want to, now switch gears to something. So Justin and I, we got that Ahsoka statue from Gentle Giant, the new Ahsoka release statue. But so when you join the Gentle Giant Premier Guild, one of the gifts that you can get is the Ponda Baba statue, which is actually pretty crazy. The arm removes. Justin, did you? I know you got the Tarkin statue as your gift. Did you ever consider the Ponda Baba statue? Who has a Ponda Baba statue on their shelf? I guess
I'm not a big Ponda Baba guy, I guess. So like, he's a cool looking character, but I mean, he's only there for like 30 seconds. So I'm like, okay. I like Tarkin. I'm an Empire guy though. So Imperials for me are way up there.
Oh yeah.
The Ponda Baba skit in Robot Chicken though is one of the best ones where he's like, this is going to be the best day ever. And then he like goes to the bar and he bumps into Luke and he's like, oh, I'm sorry I bumped into you. And then Evans like messing around and he's like, that's not what I said. No. Like, it's so good.
I haven't gone back and rewatched the Robot Chicken stuff. I know we talked about that a couple weeks ago, but I haven't gone back to rewatch that yet. And I need to. This stuff was quality.
So Ponda Baba statue, who has it on their shelf? I want to know who's a Ponda Baba collector, which now leads my brain to think of what's the most ridiculous Star Wars thing that's out there. We've talked about this on the show. We obviously know the C-3PO tape dispenser, which comes right out of C-3PO's crotch. We have
I have the pin of that.
You got it from Nerd Matters?
Yeah,
I saw that pop up the other day.
I might have bought the Topps card too. Pin.
Oh my God. I remember we talked about the Jar Jar.
Yes. So the Jar Jar sucker, where Jar Jar sticks his tongue out, and you basically make out with Jar Jar, which is a toy for children.
Everybody's dream.
Children. What else is bizarre? What do you guys have that's bizarre? I'm trying to think. I've kind of got rid of a lot of that goofy.
It's not really bizarre. I have a question though. So I'm going through all my old loose figures and stuff that I had set up in my room. And I came across like a little Yoda statue and he's plastic. And Josh, you mentioned something about this the other day, like Applause made figures or something like that. This little Yoda Applause statue. And I've never seen anything like it before. As a collector, it's something I don't collect, but I'm like, I can't get rid of him because he's this cute little Yoda like this. but it's made by Applause, and it's plastic, and it has like a little hole in the bottom. It's not a bank, but it's just a hollowed out statue. And I thought you had said something on a previous episode about Applause figures, but I don't know. I've never seen anything like it. So for me, it's weird. But if anybody knows about them or can fill me in, please do.
No, I think that some of the stuffed animals or plushies, I'm sorry, the plushies, I can't call them stuffed animals anymore. They're plushies. Some of them are kind of weird. Like, I can never imagine myself owning a Bantha plushie with like the little curly like rope fur and stuff. Like, I've seen some really, like, what was the other one? There was one at Galaxy's Edge. Meg, you've been to Galaxy's Edge. There was there was a couple weird plushies that I'm like,
one that vibrated was weird. It wasn't the plushie, it was the plastic. I can't remember what creature that is, but it like vibrated. Yeah, and it vibrated in your hand, and I was just like,
what child wants? I mean, maybe there is one. I don't know.
Like a dog toy. Put it on the floor and let it just bounce around.
Oh, the Loft Cat is very adorable. I should have picked that one up.
I know. In hindsight.
We'll see what happens. We'll see if Galaxy's Edge ever opens up again. If it does, I have a little list of things I couldn't get the first time around. So, yeah.
My friend Nicole got me this guy from Best Two.
They were Vader condoms.
Oh yeah, Glenn posted another ridiculous Star Wars thing. The Darth Vader condoms. I've not seen those, but Tyler Page definitely backs him up.
I will say, during the Rise of Skywalker, Durex had an ad campaign for Star Wars, so it's definitely a thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make sense. I've seen Star Wars brand on everything from Campbell's soup to Kleenex to.
I have a can of that. I have a can of that in my kitchen right now. Yeah.
Nice. Oh my goodness! Now, it took me forever to find the Rise of Skywalker cereal, and I found it totally by accident. I didn't even realize that they put a Rise of Skywalker cereal out. Oh, there you go. Beautiful.
Don't ask. I have this.
Was it Star Wars shapes? Was it?
So it was like little Millennium Falcons, and it was terrible.
I'm sure.
I love Campbell's chicken noodle soup, but that soup was awful.
Tab also said the shape ones taste different.
So, well, spoiler to anyone that listened to our last show, we will not be doing the Rise of Skywalker recap tomorrow. Okay, so here's the deal. I just want to get this out of the way. We need people to submit their passion, their love for Rise of Skywalker. We want to hear from you. We want to put you on the show. So if you're watching right now and you're like, wait, I like Rise of Skywalker. What are these guys talking about? Send us in why you like Rise of Skywalker. I can already see some names in the chat from people that I know have hit me up. They're like, dude, what is your problem with Rise of Skywalker? Once again, just want to reiterate, this is my opinion. At No One Is Chris. I just don't like the sequel trilogy. So you can hit me up there. Now, I did think about this. Force Awakens is a damn good movie.
Oh yeah.
So I'm starting to put my ideas together for like what I want to talk about on this episode. But I thought that I really like Force Awakens. I almost said yeah, I almost went there. But so another interesting thing. I'm going all over the place, guys. We don't have a format tonight. If anyone's watching, we're just kind of shooting from the hip again. So I talked to my brother-in-law. He is a mid-40s physics teacher for high school. He is not a fan of Star Wars, but he knows enough about Star Wars to carry a conversation. So he saw me the other day, and he's like,
"Not with me."
he goes, man, what is up with that third movie from like the first trilogy? And I was like, Revenge of the Sith? He's like, yeah, man, like, why did Anakin just turn so fast? And I was like, all right, fast. So I said, so hang on.
Oh no.
Let me stop you here. So my brother-in-law has a 14-year-old nephew who's really big into Marvel. He just started getting into Star Wars. I've talked about on the show before. I've hooked him up with the manga books. I was like, all right, you have Disney Plus. What you need to do is now dedicate for the next month of your life and watch the Clone Wars animated series to fill in those gaps. He thought that Anakin he was like so happy at the beginning of the movie, and all of a sudden, like, he just had killed Jedi. Like, what was the problem? I'm like,
oh no,
dude, all right, so let's talk about this. So do any of you have that family member or like close friend that always just has like the weirdest Star Wars takes, or you always got to be like, just watch the movie. Like, watch it again. Do you have those people in your family?
I don't think I have any like that in my family. I have friends that will ask questions about it, or maybe are not as into it as I am, but nobody's like that in my family. They're mostly like, oh yeah, we've seen it, it's cool. Like, but they don't ask me weird questions or go. So I don't understand. My wife, on the other hand, when we're like watching, I get a lot of questions. Who's that again?
Oh,
why does he do that? Like, I get those, but that's about it.
Are all of you like the de facto Star Wars person in your circles?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Even in this circle.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
How many games have you won, Josh?
More than you.
You guys want a game tonight?
No, we don't.
No.
Goodness gracious.
I need to have like my tea with my pinky up.
The kind of questions that I get are from like coworkers who see my Creature from the Black Lagoon sticker on my filing cabinet and say, "Is that the It's a Trap guy?"
Oh my goodness!
No. And I'm like, well, at least they're both like aquatic, so that works.
Sure. Yeah. That's like saying Swamp Thing is Sasquatch. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I did not watch Mandalorian Gallery.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh yeah,
so cool.
What was the topic?
It's the technology, right? Oh, okay. So they went in depth on the room, that giant room with the 360-degree LED panels. You get to see it from the outside of it, like what it looks like, including the ceiling. And they talk about, the angles. So like as they're shooting the characters in the scene and they're moving the camera this way, the LED screens will actually rotate this way, and like they can cut it to do whatever they want with it. So all of those scenes like look like you're in a real place, but you're really in this, I forget what they said, it was like 75 feet wide or something like that, maybe, studio. And that's it. Yeah. And that's it. And it's all shot there. But they were talking about some of their favorite scenes from the show that really added to it, like that were the best shot scenes. So one of them was, I think one of his favorites was the Jawa scene where they were on their knees kind of at the base of the sand crawler. And when you see it, they actually only made one physical tread of the sand crawler and put it there. And they set up the camp next to that physical tread. Everything else for the sand crawler is done on that screen behind them and the ceiling. Like the whole ceiling is LED screens. And that's the cool thing. Like when they were showing it, like you would see the Razor Crest and then the top part of it looks really flat. Yeah. And you're like, wow, that doesn't look right. But when the camera is down here and it's shooting kind of up at an angle, you see the full Razor Crest and you can't even tell there's a seam there. And it looks just like like they're shooting a full prop Razor Crest. It was really cool. The technology. And they went back and they kind of talked about, George was on and he's talking about, what he was shooting, back when they made the first one versus what they're doing now. And it's just unreal where technology has gone in the industry.
For sure.
Worth clarifying that George was on set. He wasn't in the the round table. That'd be crazy. That'd be a big difference.
So that Jawa scene looked so real. It looked so real, like they were actually on that desert planet. So that's impressive. I can't wait to watch that. I might watch it tonight. I really got to get into it. I actually forgot that it came out.
Yeah, a couple others were, I think when they were on Tatooine, your favorite episode, Chris. With,
my favorite by far,
whatever the bounty hunter's name was. And,
Koro Calican.
Yes, where he's like on the bike and what's her name? The bounty hunter is kind of right behind him. And then the whole background is just a sunset. So there's really like a juxtaposition of one figure here, and then the set behind him, but it looks like it's all just real. That was one of them. It was interesting because somebody made a comment because I think there was some flack or something or some rumor that Kathleen Kennedy had been kicked out from the Mandalorian set at one point, and somebody tweeted earlier that, it sounds like this really sounds like she would be somebody kicked off set, and I'm like, I don't remember that, but she was in. I mean, she's in the roundtable interviews with them, and they're talking very highly of her because
it's just that same group of people who like constantly want her to be the devil.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. It's the same group of people
every time
who get pissed at me whenever I retweet that I want Brie Larson in Star Wars. So literally eat shit if you hate on this, because I'm so sick of fighting this and dealing with these freaks that are like, so for whatever reason, just mad about Brie Larson. Like, dude, what is the magnetism towards her? Like, there's a whole corner of the internet that is just angry about this actor, and I'm like, why? Like, what did she do? Did you grow up like a diehard Captain Marvel fan? Like, are you just so mad about it?
Are there diehard Captain Marvel fans? Because I've never met one until the movie.
I don't know.
There are like comic book readers. There are diehard Captain Marvel fans, but
she's definitely not like in the top like 5 of.
Probably not. I would say no. Yeah,
that's what's like so weird. They are obsessed with her.
Obsessed. Go ahead, Josh.
I think there's a couple things. Well, one, so I am someone who loves Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's one of my favorite comic book characters. Okay. Carol Danvers, not Captain Marvel. And I did think that Brie Larson's performance wasn't great in that movie. I was kind of disappointed because I was really excited for it. I thought she was a little wooden. And I've seen her in other stuff and she was good. So I'm thinking maybe it was writing or directing and not actually her.
Yeah.
But I think that the hate comes from you took a male character and made it female, and it also comes from people who are like, Shazam's actually Captain Marvel. This isn't Captain Marvel. Like all of that sort of stuff.
That DC Marvel rivalry will go down in history as the stupidest thing I've ever listened to.
Hang on. I'm not a Marvel. I definitely don't have your type of knowledge on this, Josh. You're saying Captain Marvel was a male character at one point?
Yeah. So there was a back in like the 60s when she came out, or the 70s.
Who's still
or whatever.
alive? That is cares. Who was on the internet from the?
Well, no. Hold on. So that's when they came out. That's not when he died or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So there was a Captain Marvel. He's like a Kree or whatever those aliens are. And then there was Miss Marvel, who was Carol Danvers, and she back then she wore like a swimsuit with a lightning bolt on it and like a sash, and that was her costume all the way up until she became Captain Marvel. So then when Captain Marvel dies, she assumes his mantle.
And so people are mad about this. People are mad that about that.
Chris, come on, you should know these.
What
people.
The hell? Oh my God, dude! I can't.
I mean, there's diehard Battlestar Galactica fans who won't watch not the new one because Starbuck was a guy and now is a woman. Is Katie Sackhoff
and she's amazing,
unbelievable,
fantastic Starbuck.
So good.
All right, let's give it up
Better
for Ben.
Than the original.
Let's give it up for Ben Mendelsohn, aka Orson Krennic, as a Kree in Captain Marvel. Mm-hmm. I think Ben Mendelsohn is fantastic, but man, I don't understand the hatred towards Brie Larson. I hope dearly that she ends up as a titular character in some Star Wars film in the future, and I hope it's awesome. I hope it's the best thing ever. I
think it's also the same. There's a group of people who get mad anytime there's like a female-led movie, and then they think that like anytime someone appears, like does something that they think is like. They think that they're like being beaten over the head with the fact that she's a woman in the movie,
God,
and I didn't think that. I just, thought her delivery was a little weird.
You didn't like her performance, and that's fair.
Yeah.
That is a fair critique, Josh. You don't have like hatred pages on the internet about it. No, I mean, that's like, she wasn't good in the movie. Like, oh my God, dude. All right. So anyways,
but it was interesting because they were giving a lot of credit to Kathleen Kennedy for going the route of technology that she did, because in a lot of aspects it can be very expensive for what they were doing, and she's kind of pushing the envelope of what you can and cannot do with TV shows. I mean, John talked about using it, I think, back with what was the movie? Jungle Book.
Jungle Book and Lion King.
Jungle Book and Lion King, and they really only scratched the surface in those movies. And here, they fully invested in it and put this technology out, and not a lot of other producers would have said, here's the green light, go spend the cash, let's do it. And it's been wildly successful in rolling it out. So,
and honestly, it in the long run, it's cost effective. Because you're not building sets, you're not paying location fees, you're not traveling your entire, unit moves to new locations. It's really state of the art, really.
Yeah, and they are real locations that they're shooting. Like they are real. It's real footage from real places that they're loading in there.
It's so just not a full company move to that
you're not shipping everybody to that location. You're just sending one camera guy out there and going, here, we'll pay you this amount of money to go video this. Okay.
So that that's kind of what I was talking about like a month ago when COVID was just fully starting to hit its big wave in America, and they started shutting down productions. I thought that by now that other companies, production houses would have similar ways to film in small sets. Maybe this technology, this volume technology, can expand to other studios, but it would at least allow a lot of these shows to continue going on.
Yes, please.
So, I fear for the next year of original content television. I mean, we know that we as Star Wars fans, we're good. That at least Bob Chapek has said that we're good, and we're getting Mandalorian season 2. But the rest of the world, I don't know. Like, I guess Jack Black has like an escape room show that can hold us over for the next year and a half. I don't know what that means. But
are you throwing shade on JB right now?
You know what? No, I like him. I like Jack Black. I actually heard that show's pretty good. I don't watch a lot of TV. Okay. Yes, this is a Star Wars podcast, but I have to get this off my chest. There is a terrible movie. I don't watch a lot of movies. I don't have a lot of free time. So I sat down last weekend to watch this movie called The Lodge. It's a horror film, and it is terrible. It is absolutely terrible. It just definitely cemented like, oh yeah, I'm in my mid 30s. I've seen every type of horror film possible by now. Like nothing will surprise me or shock me. So anyways, that's no one and Chris. It's a IMO, #IMO. The Lodge is a terrible movie. So you can take that for what you will. Let's get back to Star Wars.
Can I say something else about this episode that just came out? So previous episodes, especially the one where Dave did that 8-minute talk on the connectedness of the. Yeah. So that was the episode where you learned that you have even more respect for Dave than you thought you did, even though we all think Dave is, the second coming of George Lucas. But I think this was the episode where I realized how much more I respect Jon Favreau than I thought I did.
Oh yeah.
Because it just shows you how innovative and great of a filmmaker he really is.
I'm really excited to watch this because when I look at him, all I can think of is his character on Friends.
Really?
That's all. As soon as I found out who he was, when I realized that's all I can think of.
Wow. So I've ate shit about Jon Favreau. I've ate shit on this show and other shows. I was definitely very cautiously optimistic about Jon Favreau, but Josh, you're right. How he handles those meetings, how he handles those roundtable discussions, he's just brilliant. He's just a brilliant creator. And this is the dude that do you guys remember the movie PCU?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He was the crazy stoner guy. Yeah.
He was a stoner.
So when I think Jon Favreau, I'm like, oh damn, that's where that guy came from. But he's a brilliant mind. And I love his have you seen his cooking show on Netflix? That's fun. He does an episode with Dave Filoni at Skywalker Ranch, which is a super blast. So that's a lot of fun. If anyone's watching our live chat, you got to go check out Jon Favreau's cooking show. I don't know what it's called, but there's an episode with Dave Filoni. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun.
He's in a movie called Four Christmases. I don't know if anybody else has seen that.
I've heard of it.
It's a terrible movie. He's like the big brother to Vince Vaughn, but he's a wrestler or UFC fighter, and he's
Jon Favreau.
Yeah,
he wrestles Friends too.
What? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
In Friends, he wrestles in Friends too.
Well, he's like Bill Gates in Friends. He's like some super nerdy computer guy that got rich off of software, but he wants to get into UFC. So he trains with some really, really good martial arts guy, and then goes in for the first time and gets his butt kicked.
Really?
So, yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, I also want to say that I'll eat shit again because I had a little bias on Jon Favreau because I did not and do not to this day like his work as Rio Durant in Star Wars Solo, a Star Wars story. I don't like the voice for the character, and it's just a little bit too, like, I don't know, it's a little too American for Rio Durant. Rio Durant should have an alien style voice. I mean, you know, you look at a character like Yoda, who's obviously Yoda. Everyone knows Yoda. The voice matches the character. It's goofy. It is human-esque, but it has that it's also inhuman almost. It's like it's Yoda's voice. Everyone knows Yoda's voice. But Rio Durant is just Jon Favreau. Like there's nothing to it. But that's also a complaint I had on The Mandalorian season 1 with a lot of those alien voices that I thought were just like way too normal. And whatever. I mean, to me, it was like, oh, I'm Ron Howard. I'm going to hook my buddy up. He's my friend Jon Favreau. So like, we're just going to get him in the movie. So that's kind of where my thought was. But I now like Jon Favreau. Now we got some questions. Tyler Page asked, how much did Luke get for his speeder? How much did Luke get for his speeder? I don't think he got anything because Obi-Wan took all the money and gave it to Han Solo. So I don't even have an Imperial credit amount.
So Luke got zero.
Luke got nothing, dude. He got bogued out of his old speeder. But Luke did get an X-Wing out of the deal. He got a pretty sweet X-Wing out of the whole deal. So ultimately, I think Luke made out. I mean, do you think Luke Skywalker still thinks of that land speeder in his old age?
I don't know. You always think back to your first car.
Or his T-16 Skyhopper. What the wait a second. Homie had a Skyhopper, right?
Yeah.
Where was that at?
In the hangar on Tatooine. It's gone.
Was it at the farm? The moisture farm?
I would assume so.
I'm gonna say he had it at the spaceport in the hangar.
Okay. I was gonna say. I mean, it would have been really cool and emotionally connected to see Rey fly the T-16 Skyhopper off into the binary sunset at the end of Rise.
Shoots a Womp Rat before she takes.
Oh yeah, classic connection to the original trilogy there. So anyway, let's see here. I was joking, guys. It's a joke. It's a joke.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question.
I like this one.
Why Luke Skywalker's outfit he wore on Dagobah? Why is Luke Skywalker's outfit he wore on Dagobah called the Bespin fatigues? I mean, he wore them on Bespin.
Yeah, I think he also wore them on Dagobah.
Yeah, hang on. He flew into Dagobah wearing his X-Wing jumpsuit, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then he mysteriously ends up in a jumpsuit, right?
Yeah.
A la Princess Leia going to Endor in her camo jacket and then ends up in the dress. Why do people not give Luke Skywalker shit for showing up without a closet? Like, because, you know, that's the whole thing. How did Leia get the dress on Endor? Like, there's a whole community of fans.
Wicket made it for he knit it.
Yeah, Wicket.
I just figured it was from previous humans that were there that they killed and ate.
Yeah,
and then they just kept the clothes. Like, that's what I assumed.
I like that one. I think
like, here, we like you. This might fit you. Sorry, it's off somebody we ate, but go ahead.
Yeah. I will say that the Bespin fatigue Luke is my favorite Luke iteration. I love that look. I love the figures. I have that Bespin Luke Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary figure on the card back. It's a gorgeous figure. That's my favorite Luke for sure.
Mine too. That was the one that I used to dress up as. I think I tweeted at the show when I crashed my bike. Yeah. The fatigues is what I would wear because my dad's retired military and he had fatigues. So I'd wear fatigues when I was a kid and like the green shirt.
Nice.
So that was Luke Skywalker. So
nice.
Yeah.
No, I got the hyper real Luke. He came the other day, like maybe a week or two ago. he is not my favorite sculpt of that particular Luke. He is a little, the face is just a little off. The hyperreal characters are super cool. I don't know if you guys have seen those or not. There's a Vader. The Luke was the second one in the line. Highly posable. You don't see any joints. They're like wires up through their elbows and stuff. But it is not my favorite face sculpt of any of his figures. I think there's a couple others out there that are better, but it's a cool figure. If you haven't picked it up yet, go pick it up.
Yeah. What is everybody's favorite Luke Skywalker iteration? And even in the chat, hit us with your favorite Luke Skywalker iteration.
X-Wing pilot.
Oh,
gotta love the flight suit.
Yeah, I think that's probably mine too.
Yeah, I love that flight suit. I'd be interested to see if anyone picks Jedi Knight Luke. He's just, it's a cool look, but I like, I still like Bespin fatigues. That X-Wing jumper is nice though. Hera in the flight suit with the, her green skin and then that bright orange just is a really cool look. I'd like to know what everyone's favorite. Oh, Rebel Art Empire coming up with the Hoth Wampa Luke. Hoth Luke.
Nice.
Interesting.
I'm gonna raise you one and say Luke inside the Tauntaun.
Shit.
On Hoth.
I thought you were gonna say Luke in the back the tank.
Oh yeah, you better.
Diaper
Luke
in his underwear.
Diaper Luke.
Depends, Luke.
Just never forget.
Oh my god! Sideshow needs to come out with the back to tank Luke. It's like a fish tank where Luke's just kind of floating in there. How crazy would that be, dude? To do a back to tank Luke.
The ROTJ Luke is cool though too, but I almost like him when he first walks into Jabba's palace and he has the hood up and the cloak.
Yeah,
and
that's Jedi Knight.
He's got his like hands like this as he's like walking in, just like holding him like right here, like a monk. And he's like strolling in there like, I'm very peaceful. I'm not going to do anything to hurt you.
Right.
Like that with his hood up was cool. I like that Luke a lot.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. Poncho Luke. Poncho Luke's tight. Yeah, just like Poncho Cal. Good old Poncho Cal.
I knew that was coming as soon as I saw Poncho.
I want a Fallen Order sequel now. I'm ready to play, man. I am ready to... what do we think the Fallen Order sequel is going to be?
I hope it's more Marin, because I freaking loved Marin.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we think it's going to follow another Jedi from Order 66 or no?
I think it'll be Cal.
I think they'd continue the story.
Yeah, because they finished that story with like an open ending.
I guess you're right.
Marin coming on board the ship and them taking off and like, where's the journey going next?
Right.
Yeah. Now, Floppy Hat Luke. I also call Shorty Robe Luke because he has that tiny little robe that's just right over his waist. Shorty robes. So I like Floppy Hat or Shorty Robes Luke. That's good. I'm gonna hashtag that shit.
Oh my god.
Did you guys see in the new DLC for the free DLC for Jedi Fallen Order, you can dress him up as a Inquisitor?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. Pretty sweet looking.
He has Inquisitor armor. Yeah, it's really sweet.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Okay. Laws likes the Return of the Jedi Luke. Classic. Fetmatic, we got to get you on Fallen Order, man. We got to get you on that.
It's so good.
It's so good. Such a great game. If you're not, here's the thing about Fallen Order. If you're not like a hardcore gamer, that's okay. They have different levels of difficulty. So I played on whatever the easiest one is because I don't have a lot of time and I just wanted to have fun. So, definitely didn't get challenged at all. But it was a hell of a game. So got to get on that one, Fetmatic. All right, let's see here. We got a question from Laws. Would you like a Quentin Tarantino Star Wars film?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with no.
Here's where I would say yes. I think that Quentin Tarantino would write some of the best dialogue that we may have ever hear in Star Wars. But I think that I don't know. I have to separate my love for Quentin Tarantino and my love from Star Wars, and then try to see if they like somehow mesh. I don't see it. I don't see
it'd have to be a Mace Windu prequel, wouldn't it?
An origin story for Mace. Yeah.
Say what again?
Josh, would you like to see one?
So I was trying to think, like, I think it would have to be something that's definitely like an offshoot, so it's like takes place in the universe but doesn't have any characters that we know necessarily, or not too many, because so then he has creative freedom to make his kind of film, because I don't know that like his kind of film fits what we already have. But if he can, it'd be similar to like, Deadpool is technically in the Marvel universe, but they let him make a movie that fits the character, or like how Logan was R-rated, because it fit the character better. Like if they let him do his own thing, I think. Or perfect example is Ant-Man. Ant-Man was a Paul Rudd movie where he happened to be a superhero. It wasn't like a traditional Marvel movie in that sense. They play to their strengths. So I think if they figure out a way to let him make his kind of movie, I think,
that'd be interesting.
It's hard because you have to stay within a certain window, right? Like you can't go off the rails. That's what they don't want you to do. Right. And I feel like that's what he would do because that's what he's good at.
I don't think he'd do one.
I love Quentin Tarantino movies. I do. I just don't know that it would fit within that window of Star Wars that they want you to stick with.
So we talked with Force Toast Pod. So if anyone's watching Force Toast, we did a crossover pod with them, and the topic came up about an R-rated Star Wars movie. And what would be in an R-rated Star Wars movie. So would any of you want to see an R-rated Star Wars movie? And if so, what type of content would make it? Because to me, I don't want to see a Game of Thrones level Star Wars. I just don't. It's not like, I have my movies I watch for those type of things or whatever, but like, I don't go to Star Wars to watch rated R product. But Maggie, you were shaking your head. Yeah.
I'd be down for it.
What would you want in a rated R Star Wars film?
I am perfectly okay with more violence. Like a really ruthless Star Wars would be really interesting. And also, like, I have a pet project wish for like the underbelly of the Star Wars universe, and like there's some like sketchy stuff happening in Coruscant and some of the other cities, and I'd like to like see that delved into. It would be interesting to like get the gritty, darker. Oh, I like Tiernan's. I want Baby Yoda to say fuck.
Oh my God! No! Shame on you!
I think you can. I think you can get it to that R
Josh,
level.
Can you have it say? There you go, Tiernan. There you go. It just said it.
Fuck.
Whatever Baby Yoda language that is.
Right.
I think it's hard because like I think you can get there, but it has to be done. To Maggie's point, like on the violence aspect of things, because you have to be very careful with the language that you use in terms that we use in everyday vernacular that I think in the Star Wars universe they try not to use, right? Like one of the big things that stands out to me in any of the Star Wars movies is Han when he hops on the Tauntaun and he's getting ready to ride out on Hoth to go look for Luke, and he says, your Tauntaun will freeze before you hit the first marker. And he says, well, then I'll see you in hell. And at that point, everybody's like, well, wait a minute. So you believe in heaven and hell, or hell is something that is real within the Star Wars universe. And it kind of causes this chaos.
Quit nitpicking it, nerd.
No, I'm kidding. It opens that, like, I like the line. I don't mind, but it opens that door between people going, well, this is a space opera, and like why is it using real world terms for things like that? So Jedi is a religion, and hell is clearly a religion. So there's and we know that there's multiple religions within the Star Wars universe, but they're not named or called out. But when you say hell, you're specifically speaking to certain sects of religion, and that's where you go, okay, well, if you're using some of the terms that we use as swear words, you got to be a little careful, because you're like, well, we use that in everyday vernacular. Would they use that in the Star Wars universe? So I think if you do it based on the violence, and I think if you do it based on maybe some of the sexual tension or sexuality, it would satisfy a lot of people's craving for some of that fanfic stuff. Just saying. But
I don't know.
I've seen some weird stuff people post on fanfic. Really I came across some weird stuff, and I'm not saying it's wrong. Whatever you like is your thing. But it was weird.
I think I may have sent you guys a lot of weird stuff at some point before Maggie got in the text thread.
Send it all to me.
Oh, it is. I
saw a really interesting Kylo and Rey one. So I went, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think you could get there without, you just have to be careful with maybe some of the language that you're using or how it's written. But I think with the violence and some of those other things, yes, you could get to an R-rated movie. I think Rogue One was probably very borderline for that. It was definitely darker. It was definitely a lot more violent.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
agreed.
Yeah, a lot shadier. So I could get on board with that.
So I think that the Cassian Andor series might satisfy a lot of craving for the darker, the underbelly, the more violent, the ruthless. Because right off the rip, you see Cassian Andor do the guy dirty in the alley, and it's just like, okay,
and he's a hero.
Yeah, I love Cassian Andor.
So much.
Man, the more I think about it, the more hype I am for Cassian Andor over Kenobi. So I'll get killed in the comments. You can at me at no one is Chris.
Come for me.
Let's go.
Just for
mix it up. So Tyler puts it pretty well. Star Wars is for kids and has adult themes. I'm not disagreeing with that. I agree with that. So
Clone Wars is a great example of that. It's an animated show for kids, but some of that stuff is pretty dark.
Yeah. The mall frenzy in the last few episodes, Maul's pretty brutal.
I will say that they might do something like that in the future because Marvel has Deadpool.
Marvel, and Marvel films can get pretty heavy at times. The Infinity War films are pretty aggressive. Black Panther's pretty aggressive.
There's themes throughout them that, obviously kids wouldn't catch right off the bat.
Right. Yeah.
It's worth remembering, though, that the Deadpool movies were made by Fox.
This is true, but they accept them.
Yeah, I actually just read a thing, an article where the guy, I don't know who it was. It might have been the director. I'm not sure. Someone that made Deadpool was saying that are not even any tentative plans to make a third one now that Disney owns it.
Oh, wow. Crazy.
Which is wild because it made so much money.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right. From our friends at Rebel Art Empire, question is, anyone voting daily for the Hasbro fan vote for the Archive Black Series? I am not voting daily.
2 days in there, but I've been going on and voting.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Star Wars Black Series releases archive figures. They're on card back. And basically, it'll probably just be a real. Oh, no, it is a re-release with photoreal technology.
Yes.
Sorry. So it's going to be an upgraded version of one of these characters. So you can go on to Hasbro Polls, search for the fan vote. So here are your characters: Ahsoka Tano, Qui-Gon Jinn, Jyn Erso, Greedo, Jango Fett, Obi-Wan Kenobi from Revenge of the Sith, Princess Leia Organa as Boushh, Princess Leia Organa as the Hutt Slayer, a.k.a. Slave Leia, Clone Commander Cody, or a 501st Clone Trooper. I'm sorry, and I regret to inform you there is no Ponda Baba option. So
nope.
we missed out on that one. I did vote, and I voted for Jyn Erso, which is crazy because you can buy Jyn Erso figures at Dollar Tree. You can literally get those Jyn Erso Black Series figures for free with your car wash, or literally the public library will just give them to you when you check out a book. There's so many Jyn Erso figures available. Why do I want one? I want one because that figure looks fucking terrible. Sorry, we're late night at the Outlander Club. It is an ugly figure. The whole wave is ugly. Cassian Andor is one of the ugliest figures I have ever seen in my life.
Bad.
It's so bad. So please upgrade Jyn Erso. That's where my fan vote has gone. But Rebel Art Empire, I've only voted once. I'm sorry. I've been very busy.
You know which figure? I don't know what series it is. I got it at the Disney outlet store, but it's a Poe Dameron. I think it's made out of metal. It's super heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
But
it's the Disney Elite series, I think, is what they call them. Yes.
I got that.
Has an open window in the front. Yep.
Yeah. $3.
Yeah. The Elite series is nice. the figures themselves are pretty nice. There's a Grievous that's really same size. I think they're about the same size. Mm-hmm. There's a Grievous one that's really nice in the Elite series. He's really
I've seen that one. I know you're talking about. Yeah, it is nice.
I think the only one I have in that is Vader. I have a Vader that came out not long ago.
I've never picked one of those up because I don't know, like I like the articulation, but yeah, I mean they are pretty sharp looking. So who would you all vote for out of all those, or have you voted? Justin, you voted.
Yeah, I vote Leia Bush just because you can get an updated face sculpt for that figure because you can take her helmet on and off. As much as I would like them to redo Hutt Slayer, they won't simply because of the costume that she's in for that. Now, that was my thing. Like, if you rebranded it Hutt Slayer instead of Slave Leia or Prisoners with Jobs Leia, I think it might be okay. Because that goes with the storyline of her killing Jabba the Hutt and what they talk about in what was the novel? It's not Resistance Reborn. It's one of the newer novels about her. It's
Bloodline.
Yeah, Bloodline. Thank you, because she's talking with the one guy and he's very appreciative of her killing Jabba. And that's what they call her, is Hutt Slayer.
Oh yeah, they go on a whole thing about how she's like revered. Yeah.
Yes, she's very revered for killing Jabba the Hutt. So I think if you take that figure and you rename it Hutt Slayer, it may not be as bad. But when you call it Slave Leia and she's got a chain around her neck and she's scantily clad dressed, I think there's a bigger problem, and that's why Disney won't touch it again. So as much you can go vote for it all you want, but Hasbro's not going to redo that figure. I'm sorry.
Where is the voting?
You should be able to go to Hasbro. I think it's on Hasbro Pulse's site.
It is
Hasbro site. Yeah, I think it's Hasbro Pulse's site, but you can go in. You can click to vote every day. You can do one vote a day. But it's basically which figure that they've already done would you like them to see redo so that it has a better sculpt on the face. I'd like to see them do a figure they have not done yet. I don't want them to keep going and doing figures that they've already done.
Yes. Am I getting hate for Jyn Erso? Am I getting hate for voting Jyn Erso? You can at me at known as Chris. Come at me.
No,
I think people are just because it's so available. I think that's the. I mean, you said it yourself. Yeah. And people are voting for saying they voted for Ahsoka, and I love Ahsoka, but one of the reasons I didn't vote for Ahsoka and I voted for Bush as well is because the archive line for me is my opportunity to buy an older figure I don't have for a cheaper price. And I already have Ahsoka in the original box, so I don't need another one of the same figure with an updated sculpt. I'd rather get one that I can't get because it's, $50 because it came out in 2014 or something,
So fun fact, the original Rey that came out, the Black Series Rey, one of the first figures that they released in Rey. The face sculpt on that and the BB-8 droid that came with her were so bad. They were so clean and crisp. Yep. They redid that figure within months and pushed it back out with a new face sculpt. They dirtied up BB-8 and they did it within months. So I have both of them. I have the clean version, the first version and the second version.
I have the clean one, I think.
But it was wait, you can redo this one and push it out within the same wave within months, but yet, we're talking about redoing figures that you did 5 years ago, or not even releasing new figures. And there are a ton of figures out there. I mean, you could do a Jessie. I mean, that's a new, I was actually thinking relevant figure. Do a Jessie.
Yeah.
Right? Don't give me another. I like Cody. I love Cody. I don't need another Cody. I've got Cody. Give me more.
All right, let's see. There you go. Let's see who Maggie's voting for. Django Fett. Maggie's voting for
voting.
Fett. Unbelievable. Oh, she just.
Who are you voting for?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Little Anakin's daddy. So I'm gonna hashtag Anakin's daddy. Maria, I want to just give you little props here. Forces of Destiny covered how Leia got the dress. I did watch that episode. I was being snarky as hell earlier because of that weird pocket of fandom that is after some quest to find like plot holes in Star Wars. But yeah, that was a funny episode. Forces of Destiny is pretty fun. I just started. Well, I didn't just start. I've watched a couple of those Freemakers shows too. Those are kind of fun. So Anakin's daddy is the new hashtag right now. So we're gonna go ahead.
See Coach Cole's question. I like that one. That's interesting. I haven't
about the torture.
But yeah.
All right, let's see here. I missed this one. All right. Okay, on the original Star Wars, I swear I see the needle stab Leia and her scream, but everything I see now, it's not there. Has that been censored because it's torture? I swear I saw the scene at the theater.
It's a good question.
Mandela effect.
It's the Berenstein Bears all over again. They got me. Dang, I don't know that one. Now I've watched a lot of videos about how the movies have been remastered, recut, and all that, and I don't remember. I don't remember that scene.
So growing up, I'm a big Goonies fan. Growing up, the original version of Goonies, when they go down that water slide and they first fall into the water, there's a giant like squid or octopus in the water.
Yes,
that completely gets edited out in any new version that they've put out. It used to be on when they would show it on TV or when you saw it in the theaters, it was there. But when you go in and you watch the DVD version, right, it's not there. You have to go into the deleted scenes to find it. They completely took it out. But that was the whole premise of why it was so important to go save Andy when she gets pushed off the drawbridge with her hands tied behind her back because there was a giant octopus in the water.
Right.
So
and it was terrifying.
It's possible they completely cut all that out because they feel it was too scary or it was not good content. I don't know.
This is going to blow people's minds. So I don't like Back to the Future, and I also don't like the Goonies.
Me neither.
I don't like Goonies. It's so lovable.
I
don't
so
like it.
Corny.
I don't like the awful
it
waffle.
Is corny. That's what's great.
I will say that squid is terrifying. That was a terrifying. I remember that as a kid.
But that's why it was important to get him out of the water.
Can you name like 5 more beloved 80s movies that you hate?
I can.
Hit me with it. Give me some. Let's go. I'll tell you if I like it or not.
What are your feelings about John Hughes?
God,
John Hughes? No, I'm cool on John Hughes. I could live for the rest of my life happily without ever seeing
Breakfast
John Hughes.
Club.
No,
yeah, it's John Hughes.
Don't need it.
Oh Jesus.
Sandlot.
Sandlot's a '90s movie.
That's a '90s movie.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, and it's okay.
Though, isn't it?
Yeah, early '90s.
Top Gun.
Oh, hate it.
Oh,
hate Top Gun. Top Gun.
Are you serious?
Top Gun. It's like Back to the Future.
Any Arnold movie in the '80s? Sylvester Stallone.
Well, Rocky like Cobra. 5? No, Rocky. I don't like Rockies. Yeah. No, man. I'm cool on that.
Well, just so you know, you remember how you were mad at me because I told Delilah Dawson you didn't like Firefly? When we
too much under the bus.
I have to log off.
When we interview Carl Weathers, guess what I'm telling him?
No,
why would you do that?
I'm gonna tell him you don't like that, and you don't like Happy Gilmore. That's what I'm gonna tell him.
Oh no! Okay, no, you take that back. You take that back because I love Happy Gilmore.
No, I'm just messing with you.
Back
what
up
about
on
Billy
that
Madison? Do you like Billy Madison?
I love Billy Madison.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I love
You're slowly redeeming yourself now.
I love the early Sandler movies. Those are good. Yeah, and then Uncut Gems, dude. Uncut Gems was fantastic.
I've not seen that yet. I've heard it was really, really good. I want to see that. Yeah.
I just got tense right now talking about Uncut Gems. I only said the name of the film and I already got tense.
Everybody said he was really, really good in that movie, and I gotta see it.
He's trying to get his Oscar.
Yes, he should have got a nomination for that movie. So
I'm gonna have to watch it now.
Like, there's a lot of people who are known for their comedy work that are actually phenomenal. What's his name from Everybody Loves Raymond? He's phenomenal.
Ray Romano.
Yeah, Ray Romano.
Yeah, he's phenomenal, but he's only known as being funny.
I was a big John Candy fan. I love John Candy.
Great Outdoors is an 80s film. I like. So
Great Outdoors.
Can I get a point back? Can I get like
yes, that's a good one.
So, hey, Chris, Blade Runner.
I do love Blade Runner.
Okay, all right.
E.T. I hate E.T. so much.
How dare you? How dare you?
E.T. sucks. It sucks. It's not a good movie.
Oh,
how dare you?
Listen, I said I like the Great Outdoors.
Yoda's in that movie. and so are Star Wars toys.
I like Spaceballs.
E.T. is part of canon.
I'm really, Chris says he's a Sith. He really has no soul.
E.T.'s part of canon, right?
Through and through.
Yeah, I know E.T.'s part of canon. Listen, I really don't like E.T.
You know who did the score for E.T.?
Oh, I know who did it.
John Williams, baby.
That's right.
Okay, you 1%er.
I don't want to listen to the E.T. soundtrack. I would never listen to it.
Okay,
ever.
do you like Gremlins?
Gremlins? No.
Oh, Ghostbusters.
I do like Ghostbusters.
Oh, all right. I was about to be like,
Ghostbusters is actually the first film I saw in the theater. The Shining
was really good.
Huh? 1980.
Oh yeah, Shining is one of my favorite films ever.
Did you like Dr. Sleep?
I did not watch it.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I don't know why I didn't watch it. I've seen we have a really nice movie theater right down the road. I see 40 movies a year. I don't know why I didn't see that one.
It was phenomenal for anybody who liked The Shining. So
Die Hard.
Oh no, Die Hard. Now listen, hang on. I will. I don't.
Movie?
No, I actually don't like Die Hard. There is Die Hard the musical, which is really friggin' good.
I know.
So I like Die Hard the musical, but
I've not seen that.
It's only played.
It's Beverly Hills Cop.
And only played. Oh, Beverly. No,
that's a good one.
No, thank you.
Karate Kid.
What?
No, Karate Kid. No.
Chris.
Oh my God.
I will never, dude. 90% of what you just said, I will never watch the rest of my life.
80s genre is just out for him. He's just out.
You're not gonna like Wonder Woman, 1984,
right? Like,
oh, 80s.
Big news.
80s for a month.
Dude, your Snyder Cut's getting released.
I know. Josh hooked me up with that nugget.
I saw that and I immediately
about
tweeted
that.
you. I was like,
everyone's learning a lot tonight.
See, they heard you.
I like this.
Never Ending Story?
No. I will say that the Never Ending Story in Stranger Things is 1,000-fold better than the movie.
I don't like
but they only sing the song.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
And you know what's crazy? I hate 80s movies. Stranger Things is one of my favorite IPs ever. And
oh my God.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
Wild.
That's my
Artex in the swamp, man. That's if you don't cry during that scene, you just have no soul.
Legend is a good film.
Labyrinth?
No, I don't like Labyrinth.
Really?
It's okay.
Oh man.
Sorry if I'm breaking anybody's heart. Oh, Teen Wolf. No. Not even the reboot on MTV 6 or whatever that is. No Teen Wolf for me. Sorry everybody. I'm not. No. Okay.
Bill points out John Candy was the best in Uncle Buck. He was really good in Uncle Buck. John Candy's delivery was just unmatched by almost most people in the industry, and I'm
a big fan of
lost him.
Big fan of Canadian Bacon.
Yes,
it's a good one.
Wasn't that his last
Planes,
film?
Trains, and Automobiles?
No.
Oh.
Have you seen American Werewolf in London? That's a good one.
Yeah. Who would John Candy play in Star Wars? Because he played
he played Barf in
he was already Barf.
So who would he play in Star Wars?
Barf.
Or what type of character would he play in Star Wars? What type of character would he play? He would be like a bumbling Imperial guard at like a station outpost or something, and he in National Lampoon's Vacation when he's what's the Moose Land or whatever the hell it is. I'm trying to think. John Candy was good. Coming to America. No, I'm cool.
Oh,
Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh man,
Weekend at Bernie's was 80s. Oh yeah,
yeah. Weekend at Bernie's was terrible.
Andrew McCarthy is in Weekend at Bernie's, and I equate Andrew McCarthy with the 80s, and so anything Andrew McCarthy is in sucks. So
Willow?
I'm on that. Willow sucks hard. What's the movie with Johnny
Willow.
Five? I hate the movie with Johnny Five.
Oh no,
it was Short Circuit. There was another movie, Batteries Not Included.
No way. Yeah, no thanks. John Candy would play a goofy desk stick salesman. Perfect for late night at the Outlander Club.
Ooh,
what about Beverly Hills Club or Beverly Hills Cop?
No, I'm cool. I don't need to see it. I would rather watch Eddie Murphy in the Haunted Mansion over Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh,
stop. I'm muting Chris.
Please.
I have cards over there in my cabinet from Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy that came in my Nickelodeon subscription magazine when I was a kid.
Oh, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
Roadhouse? Anybody? Roadhouse?
Roadhouse.
Okay, so Roadhouse is only good for this.
Big Trouble in Little China? Come on.
Oh, hey, I got one for you, Chris.
They're great 80 movies.
Empire Strikes Back.
Tyler Page coming in for the kill.
Okay, so let me just kind of pull behind what's going on here.
That's a good one too.
For this. Tyler, I do see well over 40 movies a year in the theater pre-COVID era. Well over that. I went to school for film. I have acted. I'm not as accomplished as Maggie, but I have acted in film. I have directed film. I have written film. I've worked for Adult Swim. I've written screenplays, and I love art house films. I love shit that like 99% of people fucking hate. So the stuff that I like, I mean, David Lynch is my favorite creator, so that gives you an idea of what I like. It's generally surrealism, so I like a lot of surrealist movies. So shit that generally will not fly for like 99% of people. So
Chris is like the guy, if he was on Rotten Tomatoes, he'd be like the critics give it 17%, whereas like people give it 98%. Like that's Chris. He's in the critics side.
Hey, I love Marvel films. I love Home Alone. I love Home Alone 2.
Those are good ones. Also,
those
80s
are John
movies.
Hughes films.
Those are 90s,
not 80s. They're 1990 and
first one.
First
80s
one's
or
90.
Is it 90s?
No,
is it 90?
1990. Yeah.
You'd be surprised at some of the movies I like.
Do you have yourself a letterbox so you can be like a true film?
I should.
1 star all the 80s films. Just like no.
Yeah. I don't want anyone to listen. This is my own opinion. I know we're on the Star Wars Friends, so this is just my opinion. If you don't like my movie opinions, you know my Twitter handle, so come after me.
Hey, everybody's got different tastes. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I love horror movies, but like I like old school, like scary, suspenseful horror movies. I don't like the newer, gory stuff. Like I watched, what was the one I watched? Was it Midsummer the other day? Have you guys seen that one?
Yeah,
it's trippy. I watched that, and I watched what's the one with the mom and her kid? Her mom dies, and she's like a cult thing.
Hereditary.
Yes, I watched Hereditary, and like I was all on board, and then it got really weird towards the end, and I'm just like, what is happening right now? Those I'm not on board. Old school, like Salem's Lot, Halloween.
Yes.
Love those, like old school. Yes.
John Carpenter's Vampire.
Now you're talking my language. Now we're starting to get somewhere. I like that too.
Do you guys know who the worst?
Sci-fi.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Maggie, yeah. What were you saying?
Oh, it's like
you were cutting out.
Oh, let me check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sound good.
Okay. No, I really like indie sci-fi, like low budget, like working with what you have. I recently, like back in January, I watched Prospect on Hulu, which Pedro Pascal is in, and it's like a low budget sci-fi film that like is all taking place inside of a forest, and the world building they managed to do in like a really, like it's a short movie. It's an hour long. It was based off of like an 8-minute film festival, like short.
Yeah.
Really, really well done. And that's what I like seeing, like world building. So I know people like art house and stuff like that, but I like seeing smaller projects become bigger projects and like what you can do with a shoestring budget.
Anybody else watch Katie Sackhoff's what is it, Beyond This Life on Netflix, that new series she's in?
I haven't seen it yet.
It was interesting. Some good stuff, some not so good stuff, but overall it was entertaining. I watched the whole series. So I'm actually like, where's season 2 gonna go? So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I think it's Beyond This Life, something. I can't remember the name of it, but it's on Netflix. You can find it. It's pretty good.
I have come across a show. My fiance watches a lot of TV. Okay, a lot of TV, and she has watched this show called Married at First Sight, and it's about just strangers that get married. And they have to stay married for like 90 days. So it's a bad reality show. I've only seen a few episodes. It drives me crazy. But what reality show would be interesting in the Star Wars universe? What could we see? What would you want to see as a reality show in the Star Wars universe?
We've already seen it. They have that cops show. with the stormtroopers on Tatooine. Troops.
That's right. What reality show do you want to see in Star Wars?
Bachelor.
A Bachelor?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Like Big Brother.
Big Brother,
like put Obi-Wan, Anakin, Padme, Palpatine all in the same room. Like, just see what happens after a while.
That's wander away.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Where they can't get out, they have no idea of any news going on anywhere else. That could be interesting.
Geese.
Like a garage show, because they have all those like garage shows where they build cars and stuff, but they're building like T-16 Skyhoppers, like Luke's that just so happened to disappear on Tatooine. No one saw it.
British car show.
Oh, like Top Gear.
Yeah, Top Gear.
Top Gear is one of my favorite shows.
Does anybody remember Diddy's show? It was like Making the Band. Like you could have like
Nice Noodles or somebody,
right? Nice Noodles. You could have Max Rebo and like all these newcomers doing Cantina Band music.
Oh, I love it. Oh, Love Island. Okay, Tiernan's going for the Love Island. Okay.
Oh God.
Real
Family
Friends.
Feud.
Oh, Chris Mock. Oh, okay. So this is actually a reality show. So it is on Amazon Prime. Our friend Tyler and our friend Chris Mock he stars in that show. It's pretty interesting. Let's see here. Youngling Circus. Is that like is that Rob Dyrdek's show? Is that like?
Is that that episode where Ahsoka takes the younglings and they have to do the circus?
Okay. We talked about this on the show. Who did I break whose heart did I break about this? I think it was someone on Force Toast. Maybe Laura on Force Toast was very like she loved the youngling episode from Clone Wars, and then I was like, you know what's around the corner, right? This was prior to Order 66. Do we feel that the younglings died in Order 66?
They're gone.
The ones that we all fell in love with on that got their
the little Wookiee. I can't remember
the little Ithorian. Yeah, they're all dead, huh?
I'm gonna go with yeah.
You do like Pawn Stars with Doc Ondar?
Yes. I love that.
I want 10,000 credits for this. I'll give you 500.
I got a buddy that knows.
Yeah.
I got this really cool lightsaber. I believed it was Rey's. It was only turned on once.
I found this lightsaber in the desert in Tatooine. Tell me a little bit more about it. I got a buddy. Beaumont.
He has a buddy, but every time it's Hondo.
Hondo,
and every time it's Hondo, but he has like a different hat or like a mustache on.
So is Hondo like the Chumley character in the Pawn Stars?
Oh my God!
No, he'd be like the buddy that comes in to say,
I
know
evaluator guy. Yeah, I got you.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Who'd be the Chumley guy? Zero.
Oh my God! Yes, it would be Zero. It would. So Fetmatic does not want a Star Wars reality show. We got a Family Feud.
I like the Family Feud.
That's good. Let's see here.
See a bunch of huts on one panel. It'd be like Jabba, Zero, like 5 huts, like on the panel, and just
yeah, right.
And the guy's like, I don't know what you just said. Is it on the board? No, sorry, X.
Oh, I love it. Let's see. Star Wars cribs would be fun.
Padme's would be really nice.
Oh, Padme's would be sick. Yeah, dude. Let's see here. Senator and pregnant. Oh boy, that's like 18 and pregnant, right? Is that or I don't know. All
right. So but the 18 and pregnant, right, or the MTV show, right? Like would insinuate that there's more than one because they follow multiple people around that are young and pregnant on the show. So would there be more senators that are pregnant? I don't know.
Whole Senate. It's the whole Senate, man. It's getting real wild out there. I like this. This is good.
I like the cribs. That'd be fun. I would watch that.
Cribs would be cool. That's how Ray found out about
Naked and Alone.
No. Naked and Alone. Okay.
Well, the show's what is it? Naked and Afraid?
Yes, I love.
I like that show. It's like the 2 people dumped on like in the middle of nowhere.
I've never watched it.
And like every single time the dude's like, I could do this. I'm a macho man. And then he's like, I'm tapping out after 2 days.
Right. He's like passed out from trying to chop down a tree on the first day. Like, I can't handle it.
The bugs and the spiders that are in Northeast Ohio, I can't even imagine being in like a jungle setting at all.
I just watched one where they had them in Florida. And it looked like they were in the middle of freaking nowhere.
Florida is wild.
Everglades.
Bears, everything.
Yeah, Florida is wild. That is a scary place. Yeah, gators, man. I stay away from gators.
Dude, I got stung by a wasp in the ear today and about flipped out. It's like,
so painful.
It hurt so bad. I hadn't been stung in years and I forgot what it felt like.
Oh, now I'm getting worried. I'm working on my new house. I'm working outside. I don't want to get stung now.
That's not pleasant.
Yikes. Okay.
WWE can be considered reality TV. I'd watch that.
Oh, so you're talking about like pro wrestling Star Wars, huh? I
think he's talking about like Total Divas or like they have some reality shows that follow, like the E Network has like a show that follows like 6 or 7 of the ladies that wrestle, and then there's like a spin-off that follows the one that was married to John Cena or was engaged to John Cena.
Okay, so not wrestling particularly.
No.
Speaking of wrestling
is
it's sort of. Here's my connection to the WWE and Star Wars. Professional wrestler Hulk Hogan is an icon in professional wrestling. He starred in a film called Suburban Commando, which is a 90s film, and I don't like it. So there you go. It's just a Suburban Commando.
It's cool. No one liked it, so it's fine.
Film, and that's my only connection to Star Wars. And
he was in a Rocky movie too.
Hogan? Oh yeah,
Thunderlips. Yeah.
Yep.
Thunderlips. Okay, now I like Thunderlips. I just like the name. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with calling Hogan Thunderlips all day.
My WWE is my mom hung out with Randy Savage in their youth.
Oh yeah, brother. Terrifying. So Josh, you are but here's the thing. You are a pro wrestling expert on the show. Who would you want to see in the Star Wars universe in a professional wrestling match? Who would make a good like ladders, tables, and chairs match or whatever they're called?
I like Tyler's answer.
What did Tyler say?
Here you go,
that's awesome.
Put him in.
That's the heavyweight bout right there.
It's the heavyweight bout. You throw a butterbean, you're good to go, dude.
Whew. So you want to know which wrestler I want in Star Wars, or you want to know which people I want to have a match?
Yeah, what Star Wars characters would have a good wrestling match? Like a pro wrestling style.
No force powers, no weapons, no nothing. Just hand to hand.
Yeah, Cara Dune.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think who has good like martial skills, like hand-to-hand combat.
Or Baze, Cara versus Baze. Chirrut has the hand-to-hand.
Yeah.
Chirrut. Man, Chirrut's sweet.
You gotta say it right.
Anyone have a Chirrut Black Series figure? I've never seen one in
they definitely made one.
Yeah, they made. Yeah.
He was at like Five Below. Him and Baze were at like Five Below for $5, and I could not find them anywhere. And those are two that I do not have.
I'd pay $20 for each, for sure. Rebel Art has a Hulk Hogan tattoo. Love that.
Nice.
I need to know if it's the Hogan with the full handlebar though, like the old, like the 80s style Hogan with the full handlebar, or is it the Hollywood Hogan with the dyed black beard?
Tell me it's the NWO Hogan just to piss Josh off.
Please be the NWO Hogan. Okay, who would look cool with an NWO Hogan beard in Star Wars? Who would look the raddest? Han Solo with an NWO Hogan beard?
Chirrut.
Oh, with a Hogan beard. Tight. Maggie, do you know what we're talking about? The Hogan beard, where he's got the dyed black. I don't know. Are you a pro wrestling fan?
I'm not a pro wrestling fan, but I'm familiar with pro wrestling.
But do you know the NWO Hogan beard? Yes. All right. I'm gonna hashtag Hogan beard in this.
I'm gonna have to see Josh as Macho Man again here. I think we did see one.
Hold on. I'll pull it up.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude. I want to get the Hogan beard tattoo.
That Gamorrean guard versus Malakili would be an epic fight. I could get behind that.
Always Sunny on Tatooine. I like that. Starring Rey Skywalker.
Pong Krell and Dexter Jetster.
Oh, now that would be a matchup.
That's a lot of arms.
That's a lot of arms.
That is a lot of arms.
No force powers, just hand-to-hand combat in the square. What is it? The squared circle.
Yep, squared circle.
It's a squared circle. Why do they call it a squared circle? I've always wondered that. It's just a square. It's just a square with ropes. There's no circle about it. I mean, whatever. It sounds good when you say it out loud, but that's weird. Let's see here. I asked the artist for the NWO, and I have the red and yellow. Oh,
okay. All right. The real American hero there.
Okay. I don't have any pro wrestling tattoos. I have a lot of tattoos, but I don't have pro wrestling tattoos. Oddly enough, I don't have a lot of Star Wars tattoos. I only have like 3, I think. But I do, once I feel comfortable going back to tattoo studios, I have a very massive Star Wars tattoo I want it. So Star Wars Celebration, as we all know, if you listen to the Star Wars friends, we are not optimistic that it's going to happen this year. But if it were, it generally has a tattoo competition where you can enter original Star Wars tattoos. I have mapped out an original Star Wars tattoo that I plan on entering for 2020 Celebration. But A, I don't feel comfortable going to tattoo studios right now. And B, Celebration ain't happening. So it's going to be a while for me to get this. But once I get it, all you droid lovers are going to love the tattoo I'm about to get. Oh,
yes.
Step into it. Step into a Slim Jim.
I ran into the Slim Jim guy as I was walking into C2E2 on the first day. And I was like, dude, it's perfect.
Hey, dude, you got little shorty robes on. You got the little shorty robe going.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, that is so sweet. Shorty robes, Josh. I love it.
That's awesome.
So, Dead Sexy Tattoo, who's part of Rebel Art Empire, is a tattoo artist. And she actually tattoos very close to my work. So as soon as we're back to being able to tattoo, I'll be making an appointment with her.
Oh, hell
yeah.
Maybe I should come up there with you because I want a wolf. I want the wolf tattoo.
Oh, nice.
Right here. And I was just going to do the other logo on their other shoulder pauldron, like over here.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
So, Maggie, what Star Wars tattoo would you get?
Okay, so
Ben Solo, fullback. Okay.
Ben Swallow.
When I turned 25, I almost went and got a tattoo on my ankle of the Rebel Alliance symbol. I went to the tattoo parlor. I picked out an artist. We sat down. We talked. It was just going to be a black outline. It was going to be like the nice, I don't know what it's called, but it's like the thin, it looks like a hand drawing basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, my intention was eventually I was going to get like a Millennium Falcon flying out of like through it with like a star trail back through it. So it's like 3D looking.
Yeah.
Then I got Wonder Woman, and I was like, they're really weird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're really weird tattoos, and especially like copywritten stuff. So I would probably never get a tattoo, but I know what I want if I did.
Yeah, I will say, being heavily tattooed, I have actually missed out on several castings when I was younger. In my late 20s, I was denied because of my tattoos. And I have been in movies where they have actually, they've covered up my tattoos, and it looks terrible. Yeah, it looks absolutely terrible.
Anything, it just doesn't look good.
Yeah, so it definitely is. That has screwed me.
I had a really cool image in my head. Like I was gonna like add on to it over the years, and like
yeah.
I have my my answer for the wrestling match.
Let's do it.
Okay. Chewbacca versus Zeb.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I love it.
Took a while on the delivery, but it was worth it.
Worth it.
Well, I was like, I got to think about people who actually we see them be physical, and I was like, well, and all I could think of was Kara and the Mando, and I was like, well, we've already seen that,
yeah.
And I think like you could get like Ahsoka and Asajj in there as one, but it reminds me more like the Rey Mysterio style. Lucha Libre, flying off the ropes, fast action kind of fight. Like I could get behind that too.
Yeah. I am getting the Rebel Alliance tattoo. That's actually going to be part of this piece that I'm putting together for eventually entering in Star Wars Celebration. But I do have the Imperial symbol right in the pocket of my elbow. I've had that for years, which is odd. You would think it's such a noticeable part. People would be like, oh, Star Wars. They literally, they never see this. they see the smallest little AT-AT on my ankle, like with like 100 other things. Like without a doubt, they're always like, "Oh, you like Star Wars?" And I'm like, "How do you see that little? It's like that big on my ankle." And it was my dude did it for free because I traded in a couple cans of soup for a charity drive. But
well, and like, I mean, I'm gonna guess most people don't recognize it because in the original trilogy, the logo was not everywhere. It was on the helmets of the TIE pilots and the AT-AT drivers, but it wasn't like everywhere, right? In Clone Wars, you get the Separatist logo on every ship. It's everywhere. That's right. But I can see where they go, oh, hey, look, you've got an AT-AT or an AT-AT on your leg, but they don't go, oh, hey, look, there's the Imperial symbol.
Yeah, and I didn't even get much of it at Star Wars Celebration. No one really pointed out the Imperial symbol. I thought they would, but you know,
why'd you go with green?
Because I'm weird as hell.
I was just curious. Like,
I was like,
what was the green decision?
And it was one of those things that I have just a lot of funky, just iterations of different artwork that you would already know. Like I have a giant Batgirl on my thigh, like a giant. It's like the full length of my thigh, but the color styling is just very different than what you would think Batgirl would be. So there's a lot of purple in it, but it's just a funky off color. But yeah, it's just green because I mean my band is green. I got this green watch sitting right here. Like my phone,
like green.
My phone is green. So yeah, it is my favorite color. I love green. Green is so good. In a few different ways. If you catch on to that. But anyways, anyone in the chat want to hit us up? We're about to wrap things up. I'm not gonna play unless you guys want me to play a game. Unless people want to play a game. It is late night. I could tell some jokes while we wait for people to tell us if they want me to grill you or not. I don't
tell you what though. One day we're gonna on trivia. We're gonna dive into this bad boy.
Yes.
We're gonna open this.
Can we do it Chris play?
Yes.
I'm gonna get killed. Let's do it. Hang on. Let me put on some funky music. Justin, let's go.
Oh, you want me to do it now? All right.
Let's do it, man. Let's give it a shot. Let's see how terrible I am.
How hard do you want these?
Here, I will say this. I love Star Wars, but I've gone to Star Wars trivia nights and I have come in like second and third place more than I have won. And it is not a good feeling to get beat by a table of 8 people. Because I normally just go with my fiance and she doesn't know like hardcore in-depth knowledge. Although she did get R4 right, who is Obi-Wan Kenobi's droid. She knew R4, which was kind of cool. So let's go. I got some killer.
All right, because I'll just pick one page because it'll make it easier for me to cycle through the numbers. So how old was Chewbacca at the Battle of Yavin? Was he A, 300 years old, B, 400 years old, C, 200 years old, or D, 600 years old?
Can I steal?
I want to say 4, but it's Yavin is 300.
I was gonna say 300 too.
Is it 4, Josh? Is it 4?
Oh.
Josh got it right. 200 years old. All right, so let's do one. And if you guys don't have this book, you need to check this out. This has the hardest questions I've ever seen that nobody would be able to answer. But all right, so here is. Hold on, I'm getting it up. Okay, so what was the name of Chewbacca's son? Was
Lumpy.
it A? Sorry, Chumpawarup, Tumpawarup, Lumpawarup, or Dumpawarup?
Lumpawarup, Lumpy.
Yep,
Lumpy.
Let's see. Let's do.
I got that one.
You got that one.
I know some Chewbacca knowledge. Of course, it's about the holiday special. So,
okay. What rebel commander was formerly the Solaran Sector commander? Was it A, Commander Skywalker, B, Commander Trixie, C, Commander Willard, or D, Commander Warlon?
I feel like this is a Marvel Comics question. Is it Trixie?
Incorrect. It's Commander Willard.
Did you know that, Josh?
No.
Solaron? That's got to be from Marvel. That's got to be from like
Sulorine. Solaron sector.
I know the solar
right?
I know the solar sector.
Most of these questions, you're like, I don't even know what the hell that is. But all right, let's try this one.
1 for 3. Okay.
Let's see. Ooh, I didn't want to do that. Hold on. I hit a button too early. All right, we'll do like 2 more.
Caffeinated diabetic. You didn't know Lumpy?
What?
Dude, Lumpy, you got to know Lumpy. You got to get down with Lumpy. I probably post Lumpy GIF 100 times a year. Go ahead. Sorry, Justin.
No, you're good. What Cantina patron in Mos Eisley piloted the Scarlet Vertha? Was it A, Nabran Leeds, B, Ponda Baba, C, Dr. Evazan, or D, Greedo?
The Scarlet whatever. I never even heard of that damn ship.
Scarlet Vertha.
This is so unfair. Well, Ponda Baba only has 1 arm, so I can't imagine he's flying anytime soon.
Well, he didn't when he got to the bar. He had 2 arms when he got there.
Dr. Ezavan's a nut. I don't know. I'm just going to guess A. Question. Is it?
Nabran Leeds.
Good old
Scarlet Vertha. All right, we'll do 1 more because these take a little bit. Yeah, these are. I don't have any prepped. So, do you want an easy one or do you want a hard one?
Take a hard one.
Okay.
Don't back down.
Okay, let's see. Let's do this, and we'll see what we get. So,
all right.
Yeah, it tells you when you get it right. I just pushed a letter, so I got the answer ahead of time. All right. What commander in the Rebel Alliance assisted General Dodonna in devising the plan to destroy the Death Star? Was it A, Commander Nernan Flobanka, B, Commander Evram Leger, C, Commander Alistris Gorlin, or D, Commander Edie Beale? I can't even pronounce that name.
B.
Which one?
B.
Yes, Evram Leger is the correct answer.
That's the only name I recognized.
These are all New Hope questions.
Okay. Yeah.
When was this book published? It's like 2,500 questions, and if you guys don't have this book, if you want to be good at Star Wars Trilogy Night at your local bar, go pick this book up, memorize the answers, and then go back in there.
Oh God.
Now this is 2008. This book is 2008.
So yeah, no Rey Skywalker.
A lot of this, some of this may not even be canon. Technically.
No, that is true. That is so true.
Right?
That is so true. I was worried about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
So I'll try to find some really hard questions, and we'll do it up later. And
I will play the next trivia. I will play the next games with you. I don't need to ask the questions. I am game for it. I'm ready for it. I want to win somebody some swag. I'm down. I would like to participate in that. So is there anything you guys want to talk about before we split and get out of here? It's been a wild episode. It's been weird for sure. It's been probably the weirdest episode we've ever done.
It's been fun though.
It's late night, man. It's late night. So is there anything else you guys want to talk about or before we split? I want to know what this trivia book is that came out.
Oh, see, yeah, I'm gonna have to find that one.
Matt, go ahead and tweet at Known as Chris. Send me a link where that's at. I would like to get my hands on that book. I'm excited to get my Ahsoka statue. Whenever.
Yeah, whenever. I don't even have a date on it. Although I will say, we were talking about a pre-show, and Entertainment Earth does have it up. It is $144.99.
So less than what we paid for it with our coupon after we've got a guild membership.
Yep.
Bullshit.
Way to go, Gentle Giant.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it's up on
You know what might happen? People might place those orders and they get the cancellation notices.
That's true too.
I've seen that happen because that happened to me once. I forgot what I bought, but it was like one of those limited exclusive things. And I was like, oh shit, I forget where I bought it from. But then I got a notice like a month later that they just didn't have it, you know?
It is a pre-order. So like I would, if they had sold out like to the premium guild members on day one, they may not have even offered this. But the fact that it went up for the public today, that's probably why it's on here. But it's $144.99 and free USA shipping.
Go to hell. Like, are you kidding me? I spent all that money. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hey, at least we know with certainty our orders will be fulfilled.
Yes. Correct.
So there is that. I just can't wait to get the statue. I already have a place for it in my new home. I'm very excited for it. But now I'm like, oh, what statue do I get next? There's like a really cool Vision statue from Marvel, the Marvel Vision. And then
that Hera one looked good. It's sold out, but the Hera one looked.
Well, remember
really,
Hera
really
was the Celebration exclusive.
Yep. Yeah.
And it was gorgeous. They got the Zeb one up now. So Zeb, they got Obi-Wan from Clone Wars. Now I'm thinking about picking up the Obi-Wan bust because it's in the Clone Wars animated style and it's the first one from that series. So I'm like, ooh, are they going to continue to make more characters like the Tiki Head Dooku? It's going to be like the full 1/6 scale Tiki Head. That might be interesting. But I think after we wrap tonight, I think I'm going to go right to the couch and I'm going to watch that Mandalorian gallery. So I can catch up on that and take a look at it. So Rebel Art ordered it yesterday from Big Bad Toy.
Well, I don't know what Big Bad Toys had it for, but
I'm happy that other people are getting the chance to get it. I hope you get it. I just suspect that those orders won't be fulfilled. I'll put it this way. I'd be shocked if they did get fulfilled. Interesting. That's interesting. I love learning shit like this. So crazy. So all right, everybody. Are we wrapped up? Are we good? Anything else you want to get off your chest on a late night Outlander Club? You want to tell a dirty Star Wars joke, an R-rated Tarantino style Star Wars joke?
If I knew maybe.
I have a weird trivia fact that I learned today. I was actually going to ask you the question, but I couldn't find it and I couldn't remember it for a second. But apparently, Sifo Dyas was created out of a typo. Because the original plan was for the name of the Jedi who ordered the clones to be Sifo Dyas. And the plan was that it was Sidious, like doing an alliteration of his name or whatever, and masquerading as a Jedi. But then someone typed F instead of D. And then they created a character out of it.
Now that's fun. That's fun.
Nice. Good nugget.
Yeah, hell yeah. Sifo Dyas, one of my least favorite voices I've ever heard in my life. In the Count Dooku Jedi Lost novel or audio drama. Didn't like it. So, all right. Well, hey, let's take it home. I got some jokes for you guys. Ready? All right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take this bad boy home. Which website did Chewbacca get arrested for creating?
I don't know.
That's right. WikiLeaks. Yeah. Okay, ready? Why did Anakin Skywalker cross the road?
To get to the high ground?
To get to the dark side. Yeah. Okay. Why is Yoda such a good gardener?
He's got a green thumb.
Oh, got it. Okay, let's see here. Why can't you count on Yoda to pick up the tab?
He can't reach the bar?
Because he's a little short. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. So that's all I got right now.
The corniest one I've ever heard is what game does Anakin fail at?
Not murdering children?
The floor is lava.
Oh.
I was going to say sand volleyball.
Also a good one.
Sand volleyball. I love it. Okay. So this has been literally the weirdest episode of Star Wars Friends of all time.
Yeah, if it's your first one, we're sorry. They're not normally like this, where we talk about non-Star Wars things for 45 minutes.
Oh, I think tonight we were joined by our diehard friends tonight. I definitely feel it. Throughout the night, we have seen a lot of familiar faces in today's show. So thank you.
We have one new viewer. My friend Tiernan was watching. So.
Hey, Tiernan.
Hello.
Love it. Welcome to the Star Wars Friends. Glad to be your friend, Tiernan. And thanks for all the comments, everybody. Yeah, this is hey, we didn't get kicked off.
I know.
You know why? You ready to get kicked off?
It's nighttime.
Are you ready? Are you ready to get kicked off? We're about to get kicked off. Everybody, just so you know, we kind of figured it out that every time I flashed a Beaumont graphic, we get kicked off shortly after that. So the bots.
Well, it's a theory. It's not proven, but
he didn't flash Beaumont and we didn't lose YouTube.
Right?
It's still up as of right now. Give it a couple minutes,
everybody. And if you watch this show later, oh my goodness, I can't wait to hear your comments on what happened tonight. If you aren't happy with me about my my 80s movie love or dislike, you can tweet me at known as Chris. Where can they find you all?
I'm Josh, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Battle of Tanab.
I'm Justin. You can find me on Twitter at I am the Bendu.
And I'm Maggie, and you can find me on Twitter at Maggie of the Town.
Oh yeah. Next live show we do, I'm going to be broadcasting from my new studio at my new house.
Nice.
Very excited.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's not going to be set up fully. It's going to still take a couple of weeks to set up, but I can't wait to get in there. I got this cool little like rotating table thing that you put collectibles on, and you can film it from all angles. So I'm going to start doing my fine editions on this little like, I don't know what you would call it. You just put it on there and it rotates. So whatever.
Lazy Susan, I believe is what they call those.
Right. No, it's an electric one. So yeah. Anyways, I got it on eBay for
it's a really lazy Susan. It's electric.
It's super lazy.
Hold a button down instead of manually turning it.
Yes. So everyone, thank you. And if you're watching later, would love to hear your comments on today's wild, wacky live chat show. And we're gonna end this like we always do. May the force be with you.
Always.
Later. Oh, that's spooky. That's like Justin horror film level spook. Peace, y'all.